G'day guys. Today we're going to talk about the gym dropout rate. So that's the rate that people, newbies come in, they get themselves a gym membership, they turn up for a session or a few, never to be seen again. So within that topic, there's a few things to cover. So I want to talk about the psychology of the gym, the perception and the culture that surrounds it. I want to talk about how you should think about the gym. So if you're getting started out or if you've been going for a while and you're not feeling comfortable yet, what's the right sort of mental framework for thinking about your time at the gym? I'd like to give some practical tips for people who are starting out, things that they can think about for trying to establish that habit and to establish comfort with the gym. And then I'll make some notes about what the impact is of the high dropout rate that we've got. So first of all, gym culture, perception of the gym, what do people think about it? For people who are not in the culture, the perception of the gym, I think there's a lot of machismo. It's sort of an aggressive place. So people think about going hard. They think about no pain, no gain. It's a bit of a sort of a place to be. They're worried that they're going to get judged. There's a fear of judgment, that people are going to look at them, look at the weight that they're using, look at their body, look at their form, and be judgmental about those things. So there's a comparison of others. And I think that, to be honest, we're not, we as lifters, we as people who've been doing it for a while, are not doing a huge amount to dispel that. So when we talk about beginners, very often we talk about normies, right? People who are outside the culture versus people who are inside the culture. So I do think that there is some work there for those of us who've been in it for a while to do in terms of creating a more welcoming gym culture. But the new people who come in, they also have an impact on the culture. If they come in with the right sort of attitude, they can be partly introduce more positive aspects to the culture as well. So how should you think about going to the gym? How should you think about your time at the gym if you're getting started? Even if you've been doing it for a while, honestly, I think that we need to reframe it a little bit. The gym is not somewhere that we should be going to fight our demons, right? The gym is not somewhere that we should be going to negate our insecurities. Actually, the gym should be fun. Controversial stance, I know, but I think it's true. The gym should be somewhere that you feel comfortable experimenting, that you feel comfortable not knowing everything, because nobody knows everything, but there is some posturing that goes on at the gym. So people kind of pretend to know everything. At the end of the day, guys, the gym is a playground for adults, all right? It's nothing more than that. When we were kids at school, out in the playground, running around, climbing on the monkey bars or what have you, the gym is just an adult version of that at its core, right? It's somewhere that you should be able to go and feel comfortable, have fun, have a good time. Obviously, there's other aspects to it as well. We want to make progress on our lifts. We want to feel like it's sort of building to something. That's human nature. We want to feel like we're getting better at things. But there's nothing magical about it, right? And it's certainly nothing to be afraid of. It should be a place that you go and you have a good time, and that you're comfortable to be there. And especially, and this is something that sort of for all of us to work on, that you're comfortable with the other people around, right? That we don't go to the gym to do posturing and to, fluff ourselves up. It is essentially, it's just play acting, right? Once you realize that the gym is a playground, it makes it clear what posturing at the gym really is. It's the kid at the playground who was pretending to be a superhero, right? So don't be too serious about it. It's meant to be a good time. All right, some practical tips if you're starting out to help with overcoming some of this stuff. While you're at the gym, explore, try everything. If you've got a program that you're working through for your lifts, make sure that there is some room in it for experimentation, and do that regularly. It's always good to try new lifts. You don't have to blast yourself on them, right? You do want to make sure that you're not overly fatiguing yourself with them. You don't want to have big binge sessions at the gym. You always want to walk out of the gym feeling like you just want a little bit more, right? And that way you will come back to get that. So if you always walk out of the gym feeling like, yeah, I really just would like to have done a bit more, you will keep coming back. It's a good tip for building consistency. So don't binge on the gym, especially when you're getting started, because if you feel like you've had enough, you're not going to come back, right? You had enough. Okay, plus you're going to be very sore. So if there is something that scares or intimidates you at the gym, just go and try it. So I know that when I was starting out, I was dead terrified of the barbell movements. It always seemed like there was a certain mystique around them, that you had to really have good form or you would injure yourself. You're not going to injure yourself at the gym. I mean, I can't say that definitively, but it's very unlikely. People really don't get a lot of injuries at the gym. And if you're a beginner, you're probably not really strong enough to hurt yourself yet. By the time you are strong enough to hurt yourself, you should have learned some things. So that's one of the reasons why it's so uncommon to have big injuries at the gym. So really don't worry about it too much. If there's something that you look at that somebody else is doing where you're like, wow, that seems like it's really complicated, that's really difficult, just jump in, give it a go. It might feel good. You might decide that you like it. You might go and do some research afterwards and see, hey, how can I work on my form for this? How can I get more out of this? But certainly you won't be intimidated by it anymore. So that helps with building a sense of comfort at the gym. Okay, to that point, don't worry too much about form. Form is important, but it is also important not to worry about it. So I think that this deserves its whole own video, so I will make a video about that sometime soon. I want to talk about the difference between feel and form, but certainly while you're starting out, it's not something to get hung up about. Don't let it make you feel uncomfortable. Don't make the fear of bad form leading to injury cause you to not experiment, because experimentation is a form of play, and the gym, you should have a playful relationship with it. Okay, so don't worry, you're not going to hurt yourself. All right, so to close us up here, I want to make a few notes about what the impact is of the high dropout rate. So this is a little bit more for the people who are in the culture. The impact of the high dropout rate is partly what enables the high amount of garbage content that gets published out on YouTube, right? Because there is a constant stream of newbies who come in and then drop out, and we're not able to really establish that a large number of people have got a decent amount of knowledge about the gym. That is what enables the high amount of garbage content. So that's part of the price that we're paying for not having created a really positive, welcoming atmosphere. At the large scale, of course, it has an impact on the health of the nation. Not to be too grand, but it does. We discourage people from doing exercise. We make it seem like there's a certain mysticism to it. We make it seem like it's risky. We make it seem like you really have to be in the know in order to engage with it, and it's just not true. We're human beings. We like to have fun. We like to play, and we like to play in a way that's active. And the gym is one form of that. I mean, there's other sports as well. There's other activities as well. And frankly, they do a lot better job of encouraging new people to come in and try things, right? Have you ever been to a rock climbing gym? Man, oh man, those guys are so friendly. They're so eager to help you out. Team sports are like this as well. Sometimes team sports can be a bit cliquey, but certainly we could be exemplars for this. We could really be showing how to establish a welcoming environment to new people. If you're a newbie at the gym and there are other newbies at the gym, or even just other people, just try to, wear a smile on your face while you're there. It just makes such a big difference. If you make eye contact with somebody, don't scowl at them. Smile at them. It just helps with everybody feeling that they're entitled to exercise and to activity as an adult. We all felt this way as kids. Certainly at the gym, we should feel the same way. All right. Those of us who have been doing this for a while, we're actually missing out on the opportunity that comes with having a positive gym culture because of some of the negative aspects that I mentioned earlier. There should not be any need to give people advice to ignore the fear of judgment. Okay, so there are videos that are out there that you can click on YouTube where some guy is basically saying, hey, if you have fear of judgment, you are being weak and you need to get this, summon the motivation genie and go in there and bust through all of that and go beast mode on it, right? Absolute trash, right? There should not be any need to give people advice to ignore that fear of judgment. We should make it absolutely clear that while we are at the gym, we are not in the business of judging people. We are in the business of having fun. We're there with a friendly disposition, and whomever is else about at that time, we've got their best interests at heart. We're all in this together. We're all going to make it. There is no limit on the supply of gains. We can all get huge. So we shouldn't have this scarcity mentality. The commercial gyms, I think, structurally don't help this because there is always a scarcity of cable attachments. For Christ's sake, they're not that expensive. You have a commercial gym, just get plenty of cable attachments. It's going to be so much better for the culture because when you're eyeing somebody off who's using a piece of equipment or using the cable attachment that you need, I think that is where the scarcity mentality comes from. Actually, if there was plenty of equipment, we'd all be so much happier at the gym. All right. That's all I've got to say for this one, guys. I'll wrap it up. There's a few videos that are going to be coming out on related topics as well. I have realized that I've got more to say about fatigue and consistency. I want to talk as well about form, as I mentioned, so that's going to be coming through. What else do you guys want to hear about? Let me know down in the comments. What do you think we can do that's going to be helpful for newbies and getting them in and reducing the dropout rate? Again, let me know. If you like the video, click the like button. If you like the channel, if you like my way of thinking about things, click the subscribe button. I'm pretty sure that all of the buttons down there work, but you can test them out if you want. Otherwise, guys, have a great day and we'll talk soon.